Hey everyone, I'm Brian with Aromacup.com, and thank you as always for joining me here in my virtual coffee shop brought to you by Aromacup.com. I have an overview for you today of the Aerolatte, which is a manual milk frother, battery operated, just a regular wand milk frother. And I'm going to show you guys how we can use this and how cool it is if you want to add it to your own at-home coffee shop. So let's dive in, talk about the Aerolatte, and show you how we can make use of it. All right, everybody, so this is pretty easy to use, but it might take a little bit of practice to get used to it. The Aerolatte is a very cool way to be able to froth your own milk. It's powered by two AA batteries, it's stainless steel, and it's very simple operation. All that you have here is this long wand which comes out of the Aerolatte, and then you have a whisk at the end of that rod. And in order to make use of it, all you need to do is press the power button, which is right here on the side, and that's going to activate the Aerolatte. So it's very simple to operate, but as I say, it might take a little bit of practice to get used to in order to get the type of foam that you want for your beverage. Now, let me show you this whole thing in operation right here. I have the Nespresso U single-serve espresso machine right here. We're not doing the video on this. We talked about this in the past. We just want to be able to make a quick cappuccino for you guys. So we thought, why not break out the Nespresso U? And the other thing I should mention is that the Aerolatte has this cool stand, so it looks pretty classy when it's sitting on your countertop or something like that. So the usage is pretty simple. You need to make sure that you've heated up some milk before you go into this process, because the Aerolatte is not going to heat your milk up like other milk frothers we've talked about in the past. So heat some milk up, you can microwave it or heat it up on the stove, something like that. In this case, we heat it up and we have it in this metal pitcher. Now, when you're frothing, you probably do want to use a metal pitcher of some kind, but we want to show you guys what it looks like when we're frothing, so we're going to use a Bodum double-walled mug here to froth into. And I'm just going to use a little bit of milk because I want to make a cappuccino. So I'll do just about that much. Again, you can adjust this based on how you like your beverage to be. And all you need to do now is start frothing your milk. Now, again, as I say, it's going to be a little bit of a practice type of situation, so you just want to take your time and don't get too frustrated. I'm just going to engage the power, and then I'm going to start frothing the milk. And the thing is that you're going to need to be careful with here is that there's definitely going to usually be a little bit of spraying. So just be ready to make maybe a little bit of a mess. Now, you don't want to press this all the way down onto the bottom of your cup, because that will stop the frother from working. And of course, I'm using glass, so I want to be careful to not press this up against the side of the glass. But as you can see, as I kind of just get that frother down and into the milk a little bit more, I can sort of hear the tone go down a little bit. And now I know that I'm starting to get about the right kind of froth that I'm looking for. Now, usually you're going to get the best froth out of a low-fat milk or a non-fat milk of some kind. And you can see I'm already starting to get a lot of froth right now. Again, I'm not pressing all the way down to the bottom of the cup. I'm just holding about at the surface of the milk. And then as I create more froth, I'm just moving up and down just a little bit. So there's not a whole lot to do here. And as you start to get more froth, you can kind of finish up by just moving in a little bit of a circle. I find that it's also good to approach it from a little bit of an angle, because remember, what you're doing here is you're aerating the milk. You're actually putting air into the milk in this process. And you don't need to tip your mug again, as I've been doing here. I just want to be able to show you guys how this works. And this really just depends on how much you want. I've got a pretty good amount of froth going on here already. And when you're all done, all you need to do is power down. That's a pretty good amount of froth right there. Now remember, I'm using a low-fat milk right here, and I am using warm milk. You may find a different amount of froth if you use cold milk, soy milk, a milk with more fat in it, various things like that. So there are some things that can affect the type of froth you're going to get. But that's pretty darn good for just using a battery-operated frother. So let's make a quick cappuccino. I have over here, of course, the Nespresso U, and I'm just going to go ahead and make a single shot of espresso, pop in a capsule, close it up, and let the machine do its job. And while it's doing that, I'll remind you guys, please make sure to visit us at Aromacup.com, find out about some great giveaways that we're doing, check out our coupons, join our coffee forums, talk with other coffee lovers. Of course, talk to me. I always like to talk about coffee with everyone, and feel free to leave comments on our videos if you have questions or anything like that. right, so there we go. That is a shot of espresso coming out of the Nespresso U. And now I can make my cappuccino. So I'm going to start off, I'm going to take my shot of espresso, just going to pour that into my mug. And now, again, when you're using glass of any kind in your own at-home coffee shop, you want to try and use something that's plastic or wood so that you don't scratch your glass up. And like I say, I would usually do my milk frothing in my metal pitcher, but I want to be able to show you guys the foam. So now all I really need to do, there's not a whole lot of actual liquid milk here, but I can hold back my foam a little bit, and now I can just scoop all of that foam onto my cappuccino. And that's pretty darn good, I gotta say. I mean, you know, working in coffee shops, I've been used to using steam wands in order to froth up milk, but I've never really seen a battery-operated milk frother work as well as the Aerolatte. It's pretty darn impressive, moves pretty quickly. You notice that took me just about a minute, maybe a little less. Depends on how much froth you want and, of course, the kind of milk that you are making use of. But it's really easy to make use of, and I've got a lot of foam. This is a good cappuccino. Nice. So, there you go, guys. That's a quick overview of the Aerolatte. Really cool little unit. It's coming to you from Edelstahl, and super easy to use, looks classy sitting on your countertop. Your friends are always going to wonder what it is. You could also use this in a lot of ways, probably for various other things in your kitchen. I could picture maybe being able to whip up eggs with this or something like that. Might not necessarily be what you want to use this for all the time, but it's certainly powerful enough to be able to do a lot of different things in your kitchen and, of course, in your own at-home coffee shop. There you go, guys. I hope that this has been useful to you guys. As always, please join us at Aromacup.com. Comment on our videos. Let us know if you have questions or anything else. And I'm asking you guys to enjoy your cup. I'm Brian with Aromacup.com, and I'll see you next time. Take care.